Bandits abduct 22 persons in fresh Kaduna attack. Anti-graft agency ICPC drills ex-minister Chris Ngige over NSITF contracts job racketeering. Kaduna Labour Party rejects Nenadi Usman as National Caretaker Chairman. On the foreign scene, at least 17 children killed in Kenya's school fire. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news updates. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us. At least 22 people have been abducted by bandits who attacked Mani village in Rido Ward in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State in the early hours of Thursday morning. Among the victims include a nursing mother with 4 children and an infant. Although the police authorities in Kaduna State are yet to confirm the incident, a youth leader in the Rido community, Zachariah Musa, said bandits stormed the community in large numbers while the residents were still asleep and started shooting and later moved from house to house to kidnap people. In another incident, bandits attacked Danhunu II, New Millennium City, also in Chikun local government, where they abducted a nurse and her 3 sons. The attack came barely 2 months after 2 journalists were kidnapped by bandits in the same community and were released after 1 week. Security agencies have not responded to the recent upsurge of attacks. Operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command have apprehended 11 suspected kidnappers and recovered several arms and ammunition in various operations across the state. In a statement signed by the Command Public Relations Officer, ASP Mansur Hassan, the arrest of the suspects were linked to the abduction of a district head on August 14, 2024, who was released 2 days later. He explained that police operatives, in collaboration with local hunters, raided 3 villages in Liri local government area, during which they arrested 5 persons suspected to be kidnappers and also recovered a locally made single-barrel gun, a vehicle, a motorcycle, and several mobile phones. In another operation, the police arrested 6 other suspects at a motor park, leading to the recovery of 4 fabricated AK-47 rifles, 2 English pistols, 2 pump-action guns, and a significant amount of money. Police operatives also arrested a suspected bandit at a hotel in the Tafa area of Kagarako local government area of Kaduna State, following credible intelligence information about his nefarious activities. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has said premium motor spirit or petrol from the Dangote refinery will begin to flood the market from September 15. The company will reveal this in a statement signed by its Chief Corporate Communications Officer Olufemi Shoneye on Thursday in Abuja, said prices of products would be determined by market forces. The development follows the commencement of petrol refining by the Dangote refinery earlier in the week. Quoting NNPCL's Executive Vice President of Downstream, NNPC Limited, Adedapo Shegun, Shoneye said the downstream sector had been fully deregulated and the company would no longer fix prices. His argument puts to rest speculations that NNPCL would continue to fix prices despite announcement that the downstream sector had been deregulated. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has commended Dangote Refinery on the historic and landmark commencement of production of premium motor spirit or petrol. Atiku, in a statement on Thursday, particularly hailed the chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, for his tenacity and demonstration of a can-do spirit despite the obstacles placed in his path. On Tuesday, the refinery rolled out its first premium motor spirit (PMS), also known as petrol, from its 650,000 barrels per day facility. The product is expected to hit domestic markets from September 15. The federal government has assured that the fuel crisis currently rocking the nation will soon be resolved as the NNPC has sufficient fuel supplies to meet national demand. Addressing newsmen after a meeting between the Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented President Bola Tinubu, and authorities of the nation's petroleum sector, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineke Lukobiri, urged Nigerians to remain calm, adding that increased availability of petroleum products would foster competition and drive down prices. Lukobiri further stressed that government was not responsible for the recent hikes in fuel costs.
What is important is for us to convey to Nigerians that the President is empathetic about what is going on in the country. is concerned about the hardship of Nigerians, and that was why he directed the Vice President to call this meeting, for us to reflect on what is going on in the country. Products are available in the country, and we believe that between now and the weekend, there will be availability of products across the length and breadth of the country. The price could be high in some other areas, much more. Higher in some other locations, in some locations much more than, other areas. But we believe that by the time, there is availability of products across the country, the price itself will stabilize.
The reinforcement of the support being given to local refiners, because with increased production from them, we indeed, like the minister has said, there will be higher supply, which will stabilize the price. That's the effort that the regulator is making.
Now, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has questioned the former Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, over the award of contracts and jobs preparing at the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF. ICPC spokesman Demola Bakari confirmed that Ngige was at the Commission's headquarters to provide details of an ongoing investigation. He, however, did not give further details of the allegation, though he added that the ex-minister may be invited again until the investigation is concluded. Bakari said the former Anambra State governor was not detained when he reported to the Commission on Wednesday. ICPC had earlier invited some top officials of the NSITF to question them about the alleged payment of an 47 million naira gratuity to the immediate past managing director of the agency, Maureen Alago, when she was still in active service. The Federal High Court in Lagos has fixed Thursday, September 12, to hear all applications on a suit seeking to forfeit permanently some monies and properties linked to a former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. Justice Deinde Dikpeolu fixed the date after listening to the submissions of all the counsel on the matter. At the resumed hearing of the matter on Thursday, Bilikisu Buhari Bala appeared before the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), while Olaleko Ojo SAN appeared for the former CBN governor. Another lawyer, Chibuzo Apara, announced his appearance for the occupants of 8A Adekunle Lawal Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, one of the properties sought to be forfeited by the EFCC to the federal government. The EFCC counsel, Buhari Bala, told the court that the matter was fixed for Thursday for report of compliance of the orders made on August 15, 2024. On that day, the vacation judge at the time, Justice Akintayo Aloko, had ordered an interim forfeiture of a cash sum of $2.045 million and some landed properties linked to the embattled former CBN governor. Now to political matters. The Kaduna State chapter of Labour Party has kicked against the expanded meeting of the party which held in Abia State. While briefing journalists in Kaduna, the party also rejected the appointment of ex-minister Nenadi Usman from Kaduna State as the interim chairman of the party during the meeting. The Kaduna Labour Party also emphasized that what the party earlier did in the Navy was constitutional.
We learn Senator Nenadi Usman is appointed as the interim national chairman. The governor should know that he has no right to appoint her. It's only the national chairman and the national secretary can call for a NEC meeting or expanded meeting within Labour Party. The meeting yesterday in Abia is just to create unnecessary tension within the Labour Party. We all know from their body language, they are on their way out of Labour Party. So they are trying to destroy Labour Party before they leave. We outrightly rejected her appointment as the national caretaker chairman because the meeting, after all, is an illegal meeting.
Over in Rivers State, the Elders and Leadership Forum of the state have written an open letter to President Bola Tinubu condemning the threats recently made by Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The elders said Wike's open threat to instigate political crisis in states governed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) governors on August 31, 2024 in Port Harcourt was callous, mischievous, unacceptable, and a clear case of undermining democracy and national security. Speaking on behalf of Rivers Elders and Leadership Forum, a former governor of the state who doubles as the chairman of the forum, Rufus Adegeorge, reminded Wike the importance of his office and the responsibility expected of him by the Nigerian state. The elders argued that Wike's oath of office protects the rights to association and free speech, but noted that he is now breaching that oath.
We at this forum believe that the above statement and threats consciously made by Wike to put fire in those states are callous, mischievous, unacceptable, and clearly undermines our democracy and national security. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria guarantees the right to association and free speech to the extent that it is not injurious to the Nigerian state. The oaths Wike swore to on assumption of office protects those rights and caveats. It is rather unfortunate that most of those oaths are now being broken by him. We, the people of Rivers State, stand for peace and peace alone, and we are known to be fire quenchers and not fire setters.
Now, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has struck out the appeal by governorship aspirants of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Edo State, Arthur Esene and Anselm Ojezwa, seeking to disqualify the party's candidate in the September 21, 2024 governorship election, Asue Igadulu. The aspirants Esene and Ojezwa had, in their appeal, prayed the Court of Appeal to set aside the April 17 judgment by Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which dismissed their suit for being statute barred. Justice Omotosho, in his judgment, had held that not only did they fail to prove their claim that Igodolu forged his voter's card, but non-possession of the voter's card did not constitute a disqualifying factor under the Constitution and the Electoral Act to deny a candidate from contesting election. In a unanimous judgment delivered by Justice Hamma Barka, the appellate court affirmed the judgment by Justice Omotosho and held that the suit filed before the Federal High Court by Ojezwa and 4 others were filed out of time and statute barred. Justice Baraka, after striking out the appeal for lack of merit, awarded a cost of 3 million naira against the appellants and in favor of Igodalu, PDP and INEC. This is the news update on Trust TV. Up ahead, Madagali floor disaster reopens old wounds of Boko Haram displacement. More news when we return. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. We told you that bandits abduct 22 persons in fresh Kaduna attack. We also informed you that anti-graft agency ICPC drills ex-minister Chris Ngige over NSITF contracts job racketeering. Two more stories. The federal government has said only public servants with duly registered national identification numbers, NIN, will be allowed to purchase at its flag off the sale of 30,000 metric tons of milled rice. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, while flagging off the exercise, said the move is to curb racketeering and is part of efforts to crash the prices of food in Nigerian markets. The minister said the intervention will be sold strictly as one man to one bag or one woman to one bag. He said the rice, which is to be sold at a flat rate of 40,000 naira only for 50 kg, is a federal government intervention for the sales of subsidized milled rice to ameliorate the prevailing food crisis in Nigeria. The minister blamed COVID-19, the Russia-Ukraine war, climate change, amidst other localized factors/challenges for the high cost of food prices. He added that the federal government, being aware of the potential challenges associated with the sales of an important staple such as rice at this critical period, has deployed a multidisciplinary machinery of government. as well as put in place certain processes and conditions to ensure the transparency, wider reach and success of this exercise. Tourism flooding in Madagali, Adamawa State has reopened old wounds, bringing back painful memories of Boko Haram's 2014 attacks. Madagali, the first council to fall to Boko Haram, now sees its flood victims relieving the trauma of displacement as many find themselves in camps once again, facing their second round of forced exile. Gibson Swadigo reports.
Once displaced by insurgents, the people of Madagali now face a new crisis, devastating floods. This Marghi-speaking community in Adamawa State, which Boko Haram attacked in 2014, once served as a base for the group as they seized more areas. After the insurgency, survivors returned to rebuild their homes, while others resettled in host communities. Now, their resilience is being tested again by nature's fury.
Boko Haram is far better than this one, because Boko Haram shoots gun. You can hear the gun, you can know the direction where to follow. But this one just comes accidentally. As I've shown you, I go to all bruises when I was running to be sure that I save lives here. So that thing, Boko Haram is far better than this one. We need food. We need relief materials for these people. We need medicine, drugs. We need medicine. This is our clinic. This is our health staff. We need clinic. We need medicine for the staff.
Godia Munda, who returned to Madagali less than 6 months ago to rebuild her life, has been hit hard by the recent flood that wiped out everything she worked for. Now, she is back in the camp at Central Primary School Shua. Like others there, she faces the heartbreaking task of starting over yet again, rebuilding her home for the second time.
Rayuwar nan daban da na gida. Gara rayuwar gida fiye da nan ne. To ana wahala nan ne.
The conditions here are very different from what we are used to at home. The people at the camp are suffering because there are few facilities to make them comfortable. Even if we were to return home, there would be no place to sleep and our animals and clothes are gone. We are just here putting our trust in God.
Sharing insights into the flood devastation, the Adamawa State government's emergency unit revealed that the camp established in response to the crisis continues to swell as more people arrive due to relentless downpour. The flood has forced an increasing number of residents to seek refuge, adding strength to the already overwhelmed camp.
Yesterday, heavy downpour affected many houses and farmland, where about 215 people were affected by this flood between Urogandi and Kopa community. And now we are planning to go to Palam. Maybe in the evening, we will go to Gulag and Madagali to go for assessment.
Godia Munda and her fellow victims, the challenge ahead is clear: rebuilding their homes once the rain ceases and the flood waters recede. The path to recovery will be long, but they remain determined to start over yet again. Gibson Adugo, Trust TV News.
In business, the downward slide of the local currency worsened on Thursday as the Naira exchanged for 1,639 Naira 41 kobo to the dollar at the official rate. According to the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market (NAFEM) rate, the figure on Thursdays indicated a whooping loss of 34 Naira after the dollar exchanged for 1,606 Naira the previous day. Also, the black market rate also dipped as the Naira lost 5 Naira against the dollar, exchanging at 1,645 Naira to a dollar as against 1,640 Naira the previous day. On the foreign scene, at least 17 pupils have died after a school in central Kenya caught fire on Thursday night. Police say the cause of the fire at Hillside and Darasha Primary School in Nyeri County is not yet known, and an investigation has been launched. There are fears the death toll could rise as more than a dozen others have been taken to hospital with severe burns. Police said the average age of the victims was around 9 years old. President William Ruto expressed his condolences for those killed. The Kenyan Red Cross said it was on the ground assisting a multi-agency response team. There have been numerous school fires in Kenya and across East Africa in recent times. And finally, in sports, Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi has assured that the Super Eagles will not let their fans down the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. The Super Eagles have registered just one win from their last 5 games. The 3-time African champions lost 2-1 to Benin Republic the last time both teams met in June. Awoniyi, however, said the team is ready to come out victorious in the upcoming fixtures. The Super Eagles battle Benin Saturday in Uyo before they fly to Kigali to take on Rwanda on Tuesday. And that's it for news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, do want to follow us on our social media platforms and our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time.